pace with control of this race. Here comes a run from Davey Hazard. He blocks the 10. Not going to be enough. Ryan Pace is going to win at Talladega.
Trying to hold off Wilson. He's done a good job so far. Wilson, one last desperate attempt to the bottom. He won't get there. Nick Curry wins at Bristol.
Coming out turn number 2, coming down the back straightaway here. Looks like he's in a class of his own right now.
Merzlak, one final time, get around the 55, big time send.
He hits the wall, he hits it, he gets the lead, but can he hang on to it? Oh my goodness, he made it to the line!
Big push down the backstretch is going to give him a good run through the corners.
A little bit
follow from the 1.
A little bit of contact there for second, but coming to the line, Toby Roberson's going to take home the checkered flag and victory here from the new Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Before I wrap things up here in this segment, your thoughts on the type of race we're going to see tonight? And I would have to agree.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to tonight's feature presentation of the FAST Renegade Cup Series here live on JTN. So glad you're joining us here from the Nashville Superspeedway. Maybe this is your first time tuning in to JTN. We'll give you the skinny about what we are, or what we have on tap for you tonight here in mere moments. Cars currently rolling out for practice, just had a server reset. Getting everything ironed out here before we start qualifying procedures here from the Nashville Superspeedway. Hello and welcome, folks. I'm JoeTowNetwork here with JTN. We're going to be joined tonight by my colleague, Mr. Joseph Weaver. And it should be a fantastic evening of racing. Again, be a friend, tell a friend about our streams here on JTN. And we always appreciate us. Remember, you can follow us at JoeTowNetwork on Facebook and Twitter, as well as TikTok now too. So go give it a look over there on the old clock app. But 30 or so cars here tonight from Nashville. It's going to be a thriller of a race. No, there's probably quite a few folks tuning in with delayed coverage. Is ZH in chat telling us that. So, again, if you're new here, we do these NR 2003 broadcasts every single week. They're all live right here on JTN. Got a bunch of great ones upcoming. We'll get to those later on in the night. But again, practice currently ongoing here. Drivers getting the lowdown as it looks like we're actually heading to qualifying. Make a liar of me. Make a liar of me.
Drivers, to your cars.
And as I said, folks, tonight we're going to be joined, as always, here with the FAST Renegade Cup Series by, well, one of our co-hostists with the mostists. I gotta be honest, I am very, very happy that this gentleman is beside me tonight up here in the broadcast booth, because always brings his own flavor to the booth, his own pizzazz, his own sparkle, as you may. It is, of course, Mr. Joseph Weaver.
Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's doing all right at home. Hope everybody's ready for some fun racing here at Nashville. Glad to hear you enjoy me being here, Joe, and I definitely brought some good pizzazz there. Had to book it back from the bathroom. I had a little trouble. They were out of toilet paper. Had to call somebody in and right that wrong.
As long as you aren't talking about horse meat tonight, like Ricky was last week, I think it's an upgrade.
Horse meat?
It was, let me tell you, Tuesday night Maverick Cup Series action from Kentucky was a wild one. Remember, folks, you can watch all of our previous live streams here on JTN, right here on our YouTube. You can always go back, watch all the action. Also, highlights posted over on JTN, too. It was a weird one. Weaver, it was a weird one. But tonight we're in for a good one. 105 laps here at the Nashville Superspeedway. This track, so different for all these drivers from what they've seen. Of course, last week they were at North Wilkesboro, maybe a little bit similar, but the concrete surface here at Nashville has proved, as always, to be a challenge for these race car drivers.
Yeah, Joe, I'd say this is one of the more unique tracks we go to in running a NASCAR schedule. A very unique shaped track, a unique size of 1.333 mile tri-oval with very minimal banking in the corners. There's definitely still some, but minimal compared to the other cookie cutter intermediate tracks that we see. So I think a lot of drivers are, it's a fun track. They're interested to go here, but it's a challenge. They're not used to it.
Well, and a lot of drivers probably thinking that tonight is one of those last few shots to prepare for the season, those season end races. They always talk about Phoenix being one that's close to the end of the schedule. I believe Rockingham is the championship finale here at FAST. But these flat tracks, you mentioned it there, and tracks like this Nashville Superspeedway, they are so unique, they're so different that really you kind of put them in their own group, but you do it begrudgingly, right? People will bring up the comparisons to Gateway, where we were at the start of this month, because of the corners being flat, concrete surface. Although Gateway isn't a concrete surface, don't know where that came from. But Dover being the concrete surface there, Richmond being another flat track, as well as Phoenix. So you kind of, and New Hampshire's the other one I was leaving out there, but all those flat style tracks always interesting for these drivers. It's always an interesting challenge. Again, fixed setup here too, so everyone's got the same thing underneath them. It's going to be about how you maximize the capabilities of that car from behind the wheel. Qualifying has concluded. Weaver, why don't you take us through tonight's starting lineup?
All right, Joe, sounds good. Rolling off in the pole position in the number 68 is going to be Joshua Moyers with a pole time of 31.795. Starting on the outside pole position is the 56 of Nick Gunther. Our second row is comprised of the 12 of Sean Whitehill and the 42 of Jacob Smetana. Row 3 is the 9 of Randall Coleman and the 15 of Matt Watkins. Row 4 is Tate Dorsey in the 96 and Keith Hughes in the 82. Row 5, we have Alex Moe in the 048 and Jeff Goodpaster in the 33. Row 6, we have DJ Harris and RJ Bishop in the 48 and 45 respectively. Row 7, we have the 71 of Sean Romero and the 09 of Ed Leal. Row 8, we have the 50 of Oscar Ramos Jr. and the 24 of Darren Ingram. Sorry, we have a long list of drivers. They had to scroll down. Ain't used to that one. I believe we're on row 9. We have the 8 of Cody Luke and the 11 of Billy Ryan. We have JTN's very own Ricky Collette in the 2 and Greg Lavelle in the 088 rounding out our 10th row. We have Cosmin Ionescu and Jovan Anderson in row 11. We have James Moore and Brian Hunt in row 12. The 25 of Ken Squires and the 64 of Toby Roberson in row 13. Thomas Philbrick in the 23 and Ryan Lusk in the 83 in row 13. Row 14, we have the 81 of Tyler Mallon and the 74 of Dunn LaPrade. And rounding out the field, we have the 94 of Jessica Shelton and the 66 of Seth Cole.
A great field of drivers here once again with the FAST Renegade Cup Series live on JTN. Don't touch that search bar. You're not going to want to tune away from this one. Again, it's going to be a great night of racing here. We're pretty much your rain coverage here too, right? I mean, it's obviously the Cup Series race currently in a rain delay. I think we're going to fit into this little window that has been presented to us quite nicely. So we're looking forward to that. Again, if this is your first time tuning in, maybe you're trying to find some coverage of the rain delay with the Cup Series. We got actual racing for you tonight here with NR 2003, everyone's favorite 2003 sim right here on JTN. That was about the most clunky way I could say that, Weaver. It was about the...
Got some nice halftime coverage here. Good halftime show for everybody.
See in chat, Cody Luke saying hello, trying to find Cody on track, because sounds like he's celebrating a birthday, so a very happy birthday to Cody, and also a very happy birthday to our own here at JTN, Mr. Matthew Steelman. Couple birthdays.
This is a big birthday month. We're getting into a heavy part of the schedule for birthdays here.
Man, I don't know what's going on in October, but it gets spooky, you know?
You know, everybody's scared, they stay at home, and they have a little fun.
Oh, boy. Again, folks, cannot thank you enough for tuning in to JTN tonight. Happy hour currently, so you're getting some good lowdowns on what some times are looking like, single lap times here. Again, fixed setup racing as Joe Van Anderson gets into Seth Cole there coming off the corner, going to collect Sean Whitehill, and Thomas Philbrick moving on through. That 23. Good looking full circle racing design Chevrolet there.
Seeing a good mix of drivers out here running some solo laps, some laps with other people. Joe, what kind of racing do you expect we'll see here? A little more grouped up with these next gen cars and the CTS physics, or you think we're gonna break apart and see some solo runs?
Yeah, I mean CTS physics, you always get that extra emphasis on the draft. This track, it's not a mile where it's we're in that intermediate range like a Darlington with the length of this track. So where I think that draft is going to be a player down the back and the front of this racetrack. But I always worry about drafting corners at these flatter tracks, that you're losing the air on the nose, so the car's going to push a little bit tight because you don't have any security in the front end of the race car. That's what makes this track so fun, though, and it makes it so unique. This is a fun track to drive, I think, if you're just out there running hot laps. It's also what makes this track a very frustrating track to race other people on. Because it is so challenging when you have those other cars taking away your line. I think what we're seeing right now in practice is the predominant line is running high through the odd number corners, so through turns 1 and 3. You lower it just a little bit to about a midline through corners 2 and 4. So some weird lines being taken here tonight. Nothing out of the ordinary, though, for what is, by all definitions, a weird racetrack as we get gridded up and ready to go racing here from Nashville.
Drivers, to your cars.
Ricky saying he's in a car. He is in a car. We're very excited for Ricky to put on a show.
Ricky Collette, definitely a driver known to put on a good show. One way or another, he finds a way.
Joshua Moyers, your winner here in the FanDuel Truck Series race with Fast, as there's the command. Won the FanDuel Truck Series race here with the Fast Racing League. I almost said with the Fast Renegade Cup Series. That would not be accurate. And I guess I said it. But won the race here on Wednesday, is the favorite. Obviously, starting on pole is a good way to start. Nick Gunther, always fast in that 56. Some extra emphasis on tonight's race with the Rackley colors on that car as we're getting a reset. Thank you, Randall Coleman.
Drivers, to your cars.
Like Darren might have fallen out of the server.
Yeah, getting word from Ricky Collette, Darren was having some issues there. That was the cause for the restart. You know, Joe, that's part of running these sim events. You know, where everybody's friends here. We're at the end of the day running for fun. Somebody's having an issue before we even take the green. You gotta restart. Make sure everybody gets in there good.
Well, it is the Friends as Sim Racers tour, isn't it?
That is true.
It's like Ediver has fallen out of the server now. Oh, the places you'll go. This is the point of the night where I'd like to remind you that we got a bunch of great races coming up for you here on JTN, including tonight from the Nashville Superspeedway. We're live again tomorrow night. Weaver and I are going to take the Learjet up to Road America in Wisconsin, Velocity Racing League, 8 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow night, Monday, June 27th. Then June 30th, this Thursday, we're right back there at Road America with the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series. And then Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series action from the old Atlanta Motor Speedway, 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time, July 7th. All those races, of course, live right here only on JTN.
Joe, you said we're staying in Road America. Why don't we just rent an RV, go up there, and make a vacation out of it?
Man, I would love to have a vacation, Weaver. I'd love, but we can't afford it. We can't afford it.
If we could pay for the jet, forget the jet. We could drive up there. It ain't that far of a drive.
You say that. Getting ready to go racing here. Joshua Moyer is going to roll off with the pole. Of course, the Tennessee native looking for a victory here in Nashville. Nick Gunther rolling off to the outside. Sean Whitehill, Jacob Spintana, and then the other Hooters car, Randall Coleman, rolling off in 5th. Field makes their way down to the start-finish line in front of the sold-out crowd. Green flag, we're underway here from Nashville.
Big field, 32 strong, making its way through turns 1 and 2. There might have been a car in the wall back there towards the middle of the pack.
Still side by side for the lead up front. Joshua Moyers now squeaks ahead. Going to be clear by about 2 car lengths. Maybe call it 1.5 down the front straightaway. He'll lead the first lap here. Tonight, then it's Nick Gunther and Jacob Spintana, your top 3.
Car around.
That's Darren Ingram, DJ Harris around down below turns 1 and 2. We stay green. Toby Roberson also slow coming off of turn 2. We'll get you that replay here. Looks like things are gonna stay okay. Let's take you through this replay. There you see, it looks like the 33 gets into the back of the 48. 48 into the 24, and those 2 Hendrick numbered cars go for a little bit of a tumble down there on the bottom of turn number 1.
That is one of those chain reaction incidents there. But everybody goes down on the apron. Officials at the track saw no debris, no need for a yellow there, so.
It's always risky. It's always risky to do that.
It is, and you know, if you're one of those drivers that spun out there, you might not be too happy with the call on no yellow, but at the end of the day, you gotta deal with what's given to you here.
Sean Whitehill losing another spot. Keith Hughes getting by. Now the 048 of Mo gonna go on by.
Yeah, Sean Whitehill seems to be stuck on the bottom here. It looks like the line you want to be running, you want to kind of enter in really wide, arc it down to the middle, and get that good drive off, go all the way out to the wall. It doesn't look like he can really do that. He seems to always have a car that is outside on entry and exit.
How frustrating is that, not being able to get to the preferred racing line?
It's real frustrating, especially when you're in a situation like Sean is in right now, where he just keeps losing spots. You never know when your break's going to come, where it seems like it has just now for him, back at 9th position, I believe.
And started 3rd. And this was definitely one of the races that this 12 team would have circled on the calendar. Always feel good at these flat tracks, does Sean Whitehill.
Yeah, definitely a track that fits his wheelhouse, and you could see it in his qualifying time. Like you said, put it in the 3rd spot, but it's a tough start to the race. He's going to definitely be looking to rebound from here.
Back up front, Matt Watkins starting to try to find a way around Nick Gunther for the 3rd spot. Further on back, Alex Moe looking to the inside of Keith Hughes for a position. Not able to get to the inside down the front.
Seeing a lot of these drivers, they're peeking to the inside. That inside's going to be open. It's just tough to get that drive off as the yellow is out.
Caution flag is out for the first time tonight. Ryan Lusk slow here on the front straightaway. See what happened here with the Canadian Tire Chevrolet. Did he get on the apron here?
I think so, Joe. It's going to be one of those classic cases. The apron is lava.
Jessica Shelton doing a good job getting around that 83, and Lusk goes for a single car blooper. Now, Couple drivers going to be very happy about that. First off, you see it. 45, RJ Bishop going to be able to catch up, as well as DJ Harris and Darren Ingram. So, a couple drivers A-OK with seeing a caution come out there as we work our first time under the pacing period here on lap number 8.
Yeah, Joe, I'd say a big break there for Darren and DJ. They were about a straight away from getting lapped there.
And remember, folks, here in the FAST Renegade Cup Series, you only have 4 sets of tires that you can put on, so a lot of drivers not going to elect to come down the pit lane here towards the front of the field. A couple towards the back will, though. You see Shelton coming down. Thomas Philbrick also on pit road. Ryan Lusk, of course, went around, and DJ Harris in that Bombardier Chevrolet also down on pit lane. Probably could use those fresh tires. Interesting to see Darren not come down the pit lane, too, because he was obviously involved in that spin.
Yeah, Joe, Darren probably going to try and eke them out just a little bit longer, get all the life out of those tires. If you notice, it might not have hurt him too much on that spin, so knowing he's only got 3 other sets in the pit stalls, stay out, save a set, run them as long as you can. Getting word from our in-race correspondent, Ricky Collette, that he's looking at about 38 laps on a fuel run here.
Yep. So would think these drivers are going to want to go about 25 laps before coming down the pit lane if you get a caution. It's a 105 lap race. That kind of gives you 3 pit stops built in. It gives you an extra set of tires, too, to take at your leisure. Tire wear not as big as I thought it would be, from what I heard. But still enough where I think we'll see these cars that just came down be able to make some headway up through the field.
Yeah, Joe, I think that probably gets accredited to the physics we're running here with the CTS. You're going to be running a slower speed in the straightaways, not really attacking that corner as hard. It could also be attributed to how we're seeing these drivers run these corners where they're really taking their time with entry, taking a long time to get to the apex of the corner.
So Joshua Moyers out in front. Take note, looks like caution periods will be about, we got the caution on lap 7, so 8, 9, 10, 11. So about 4 laps will run under caution here. Have to think the Toyota Camry pace car lights will go off this time at the line. That'll give us the signal for 1 to go. Get doubled up and ready to go back racing from the Nashville Superspeedway. Again, folks, be a friend, tell a friend about our streams here on JTN, as always. Would appreciate it so much if you're new around these parts. First, you hit that subscribe button. Also, for everyone, click the like button. Again, it does so much to help support us here on JTN. We always like seeing those counters go up, too. They make us feel all warm and fuzzy inside, but nonetheless, it helps us get this content out to more people. It gets all these drivers a bigger stage to perform on, and as always, it is much appreciated when you click the like button, you subscribe. If you can go the extra mile, hit the share. We would appreciate it so much here at JTN. All of us here at JTN. Our producer, Bristol the dog, would love it. I know he's on a big campaign right now to grow the viewership. I know Weaver likes to see that. He likes to talk about the Weaver bump.
Yeah, something we haven't seen a whole lot. Definitely was when I was a little greener in the booth. I guess they were coming to see all my mess ups.
Who doesn't like a good show, you know?
Oh, yeah. But see, that's the thing, Joe. We still put on a show. It don't matter what it is. We're going to put on a show.
Coming back green, Joshua Moyer's looking to put on a show and maintain it here. Going to have Smetana to his outside, then Nick Gunther, Matt Watkins, Randall Coleman, Keith Hughes, Alex Moe. The 6 of Federico Damian, Sean Whitehill, and Goodpasser in the 33. Pace car is in. Moyers with control. Green flag. We're back underway here. Moyers already out to a lead. Nick Gunther going to look to the inside of the 42. Really going to force that 42 to take a high line there through the corner. Smetana going to drift up all the way next to the wall, get up in that loose stuff. Not as much grip up next to the wall, but able to maintain the position down the back as there's a car around at the back. It's Seth Cole. We stay green. We'll get you a replay once things settle down. Gunther now side by side with Matt Watkins. Watkins threatening to take another spot as the caution is out.
Oh, they're wrecking off of 4.
Oh, big wreck. Darren Ingram involved. Ryan Lusk, Thomas Philbrick, Dunn LaPrade. Toby Roberson, caution out for the second time tonight here on lap number 12. Cautions breed cautions, Weaver. Cautions breed cautions.
That they do. Wow, some hard hits in that wreck.
Like Darren just going to lose the back end of the car. LaPrade nowhere to go. DJ Harris right into the side of the 24. Toby Roberson also collected up in it.
What we've seen so far, you would think that 48 and 24 have magnets in each other. They've just been attracted all race now. 2 wrecks involving them and a massive hit there for both of them.
Anything the 48 could have done there? Anything any of those guys could have done there?
I don't think so, Joe. When you got a car going around, especially going around slowly like that on corner exit, your car's already tightening up, you're on throttle. It's really hard to control, especially hard to make an evasive maneuver at that point.
Let's go to our Warcom's communications on board with James Moore. Got to get a good glance from back behind this incident off of this 03 Ford. See Darren get loose there on the bottom. That black car going to go around. Done into him. The way that 48 got off the ground is always scary.
Yeah, not good. Got up in the catch fence a little bit even. Thankfully, this is a video game because that would have been a very rough hit.
Well, let's also see what happened here with Seth Cole on the restart in the 66. I'm gonna go for a little spin here. Looks like slowing down for the 25. Got on the binders.
Yeah, 25, Ken Squires. Looks like he got in the wall early there in turn 1.
And RJ Bishop also went around. What happened to the 45? Man, this ally paint scheme is not, it's not good luck. And he's just gonna go for a spin. Not a lot of takers on pit lane. Again, gotta watch those tires.
.24 of Darren Ingram going to be pulling it into the garage. He's calling it a night. That being said, if you are a fan of Darren Ingram, won't be able to see him much more in this race, but I think Joe's got some exciting news for his fans.
For Darren's fans?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, of course, we've got new Darren Ingram merch up on the JTN merch store. I wish I was more prepared for this, because then I would have had a graphic ready, but Darren, of course, connected to the future over in the USORL Cup Series. Got a good-looking Vibin t-shirt available for Darren, and also got it on some canvas prints. So you can head on over to the JTN merch store now and pick yourself up a copy of it, I guess is a good way to say it. Pick yourself up a new t-shirt. It's the summer. You need some new tees, maybe. Maybe we should throw some tanks up there, too, you know.
I think some tanks would be a good idea, Joe. I've been needing some tanks. It's hot, boy.
Get some JTN logo tanks out there, you know?
I think that's a good idea. We definitely need to look into that one.
We need polos is what we really need.
I would love a JTN polo.
What Joshua Moyers is loving right now is being out in front of the field. You never mind the cautions when you're the leader. They get frustrating if you're, sitting second, third, fourth on back. But for Moyers, who's led every lap tonight, he's A-okay with it against Montana. Matt Watkins now lining up in third. Nick Gunther, Keith Hughes, Randall Coleman, Alex Moe, Damian, Whitehill, and Goodpaster, your top 10. Camry pace car comes down the pit lane. Moyers with control here for the restart. It's the Geico restart zone. Green flag, we're back underway.
Josh Moyers getting another good jump here down in turn 1. Going to be clear. Pulling out to a car length lead already.
Alex Moe loose on the bottom. They're going to really junk up the inside line. Big wiggle, big moment there. Sean Whitehill having to check up. Ricky Collette also checking up. Goodpaster in the 33 doing the same. Battle on for third, though. Nick Gunther trying to get it back as Watkins going to clear him off of corner number 4.
Big check up there through turn 1 from Alex Moe, and you can see what it did to the end, to the middle of the field. Really packed them up tight.
Oh, we got a car crash. James Moore involved, Ken Squires, Jessica Shelton going for a little bit of a spin, but not really involved in the incident. Caution number 3 here, lap 18.
Heavy damage to the 25 of Ken Squires there. Backed it into the wall heavy.
What even? I mean, this all starts. There's a lot going on back here. Ryan Lusk having a moment coming off the corner. Ken Squires, James Moore. Moore just turns down into him.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he got a bad call from his spotter there, but looks like he went low and maybe expected Ken Squires to go a little lower there through the tri-oval, and he did not.
Ryan Lusk almost packs the 94. Yeah, and that
Jessica
25,
Shelton
that was a
help.
brutal turn into the outside wall. Sorry.
Oh, good, Joe. Yeah, definitely backed it heavy into the outside wall. Thankfully, we have the safer barrier here, going to help that a little bit, but tough break for the 25.
So, caution out for the third time tonight. Can't thank Bristol enough for working all those cameras.
All the cameras, all the times. It's a good thing he's got 4 paws instead of 2 hands.
We need to make special controls for him, you know?
I think he could do it with get it done with the paws. He's got that big mouth. He could work the camera joystick with, move it around.
Apparently NASCAR is looking at a possible 9:50 p.m. Eastern Time restart for the Cup Series race. Heads up to all the folks out there. It's going to restart on USA Network or on Peacock, hopefully. So if you don't have USA, you can head on over to Peacock. Did we talk about that last week? No, I think I talked about it on Fake Racers last week. Fake Racers last week, by the way, great show. You got to go check it out over on JTN2, along with all the other great content we got going on over there, including but not limited to race highlight videos of all of our live events here over on the big JoeTowNetwork. And again, JTN2 has a plethora of other great content. If you like hearing my voice, thank you. But if you want to hear more of it, we got, again, JTN2.
What was the discussion on Peacock? I didn't hear this.
The discussion was about how NASCAR is afraid of streaming. So Peacock streams every IndyCar race, regardless of what network it's on, and I believe one race this year, I think it's Toronto, is going to be exclusive to Peacock. And obviously, like, the MLB has a new deal with NBC to do their, like, Sunday leadoff game. So NBC puts one game exclusively on Peacock, and pretty much everyone that has Xfinity gets Peacock for free. You know, because Xfinity is obviously owned by the big NBC, or whatever NBC is owned by Xfinity, whatever that relationship is. But streaming and streaming services are the way of the future, and NASCAR has been a little more timid in my opinion. All the races that are on NBC this year, it looks like will be streamed on Peacock. But, you know, in my opinion, if it's a NASCAR, it sounds more like it's a NASCAR holding things up. Wouldn't be surprised if it's an NBC thing holding things up, or USA Network or whatever. Obviously, that network owned by the people at NBC Universal, but I don't know. Anyways, it's just weird, in my opinion, to have some of the races streaming on there and some of them not, and not giving your fans more ways to watch. I think is always a good thing.
Right. Okay. I can agree with some of that.
Maybe that's hard to sell to advertisers. Like, you know, like your Geico's, your Coca-cola, like your car sponsors, but I think more ways to watch, especially with how we see sponsorship deals working with like social media presence, right? I think that's just another avenue that needs to be explored a little bit more, and we need to take that plunge into it a little bit easier. It's a little bit easier than I think they're letting it on to be. Joshua Moyer's making it look easy, leading every lap so far tonight. Guess it helps to be under your third caution of the night, but Moyer is going to have control here. Smetana to his outside. Matt Watkins, Nick Gunther, Randall Coleman, your top five. Toyota Camry pace car is in. Moyer's with control. Green flag. We're back on your way here from Nashville.
Outside line, got a little better restart there that time. Going to be not even, but still there going into turn one.
Moyer's now able to clear Smetana there in the 42. Sorry for cutting you off there, Weaver, but Watkins holding pretty tough there to the inside of that 42 car, although Gunther going to come and make a move. DJ Harris around at the back of the field. We should be under a caution once again. Fourth caution of the night. Harris going to retire. At 48, looking more like Jimmy Johnson and IndyCar than NASCAR tonight.
Joe, tough break there. You know, we say cautions breed cautions. One part of that is definitely, you know, we're bunching the cars up together and easier to wreck that way. But another part of it is when these cars are damaged, they don't handle as good as they used to. You got a lot of damage, especially on the rear end. You're going to be a little more loose than you used to be. That spoiler might not be up in the air, but it's a whole lot of contributing factors that are going into these yellows that we're seeing early here.
Yeah, I think what you see here from DJ is he's doing a really good racer thing and trying to make sure he doesn't collect people. So if you see, he's going to make car's going to get loose on him. He's going to make a move right. He's going to overcorrect back to the left. And that's what's going to send him around, it looks like. You know, if you don't care about the other drivers, which obviously DJ does care about those other drivers, as once again, our favorite friend, the bot, has returned. You don't care about those other drivers, you let the car get loose, save it with the wall. Or save it with the car to your outside. So a good racer move there by Harris in the 48.
Good a time as any. If you see a link posted in chat and it's not posted by the JoeTowNetwork account, do not click it.
Shout out to Ricky for deleting those messages from behind the wheel of his race car.
He's doing it all. I'm getting his radio transmissions. He's moderating the chat. He's driving a car. He's one-man show, Ricky Collette in that 2 car.
I can't wait for the broadcast that Ricky gets to lead later on this summer.
It's going to be cool. That's going to be must-watch TV, folks. You don't want to miss that.
Put Ricky and Dewey in a booth. Whew.
Oh no, I don't know if JTN's ready for that.
Well, they're going to have to be. They're going to have to be. Everyone's staying out here under this 4th caution of the night after the 48 went for a spin down the back.
You know, Joe, all these yellows are really changing the outlook on how you're going to have to run this race as far as fuel and tire strategy go. We were talking probably going to be 3 stops, but if we keep having these yellows, they're going to be able to extend those tires, extend the fuel, maybe only go to a 2-stop, and then you have 2 extra sets of tires in the pits to play with.
I think the big thing right now, these drivers are going to have to start managing how aggressive they are a little bit more with the way we've kind of been stop and go to start this race, right? We're seeing a lot of drivers not being afraid to stuff it 3 wide. And a lot of times that's a product of having these cautions, because then all of a sudden it becomes, well, when are we going to get a green flag run? When am I going to get opportunities to pass? The only opportunities I'm getting are here under caution.
You also got to look at where these cautions are coming from. A lot of people being urgent in the back of the field early here, trying to make their way up. Probably might not have thought they had the best qualifying, or maybe they fell back early in this race, and now they're trying to urgently make their way back up to the front. But something you always got to teach a driver is patience, patience, patience.
I'd like to welcome Mark and Allie in. Thank you for tuning in here tonight. Hope you're having a fantastic Saturday or Sunday. I don't even know what day of the week it is, Weaver. But we're getting ready to go back green flag racing. Working on completing our 4th caution of the night. Joshua Moyers, he's led every lap. 27, in fact. Smetana, Gunther, Watkins, Coleman, Damian, Mo, Reyes Jr., Ramos, I'm sorry, Whitehill, and it looks like good pass to your top 10. Into the Geico restart zone we go. Green flag. We're back underway. Another tough challenge there from Smetana on the outside. Actually going to have a good run this time coming off the corner. Going to be able to keep to the outside of Moyers. Battle for the lead is on down the back straightaway.
For the first time tonight, Joshua Moyers has a challenge. Wasn't able to get a good restart. Smetana's going to clear him here going into turn 3.
That's going to allow Matt Watkins now to get to the outside of that 68, although Watkins drifts up a little bit on quarter exit. Now going to get behind Moyers down the front straightaway. Moyers will have a space to tuck into line. He does. Jacob Smetana to the lead here for the first time in Nashville.
Good move by Smetana there on the restart to take advantage of that preferred line on the outside and get to the lead.
We're 3 wide, further back. Sean Whitehill on the bottom. Good passer in the middle, and Alex Moe on the outside in that 048. Couple cars into the outside wall coming off of corner number 4. Still side by side for position. That's Whitehill on the bottom. Good passer on the outside. 2 Fords going at it down into 1.
Tight racing here in the mid pack, like you said. Oh, like we got a wreck towards the back.
Toby
Yellow
Roberson,
is
Keith
out,
Hughes, Ken Squires, and caution out for the 5th time tonight. Well, let's see what happened here. It looks like it's going to start with the 64. Oh, Ryan Lusk just drives into the back of Dunlaprad.
Yeah, got him a little loose and then devolved from there. 64 goes around.
Front bumper cam with the 83.
Looks like that 83 Ryan Lux might have just got back in the gas a little too early there.
Couple of our leaders down on the pit lane. Moyer's taking tires. So is Nick Gunther, Sean Whitehill, Saw Cosman Iona shoe off the pit lane in the 1. Dunlaprad going to win the race off. To think that they probably didn't take tires on that 74. Again, you only got 4 sets, so you got to manage them. Checked and released from the infield care center was DJ Harris. Said, sorry, boys. Trying to keep all of the tire sets available, and so those few spins didn't help. No worries, DJ. All right, so Hootie is up front now with Smetana and Coleman 1-2. Folks, would like to remind you, we got some great races coming up here on JTN this week. First, the Velocity Racing League heads to Road America, 8 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow night, June 27th. Then the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series takes their turn up in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, with the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series, 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time, June 30th. Then the following Thursday, July 7th, Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series action returns to the Atlanta Motor Speedway for the second time this season's coverage beginning there, 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Those races and much, much more live right here only on JTN. We're getting into July. We've got some content gaps in there. Actually have a couple little things here and there planned out to do for some fun. Might be over here on JTN, might be over on JTN too. That's why you got to be following us on our social media at JoeTowNetwork on Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok.
Yeah, Joe, already making it to July. This year seems to be blowing by us here. Be some fun things coming up. I hope everybody's following and they're ready for the fun.
See Coleman, good passer coming down, and we had the stage was over at lap 30, so stage points were awarded. These drivers coming down, probably going to get fuel and tires. I don't know how comfortable I'd be starting at the back of the field because that's where we've seen most of the incidents. But also we got some shuffling up to the front. Interesting question I was going to pose to you if Moyers didn't pit. And I think Smetana's kind of already answered it here, but you see the 42 taking the outside line. Do you think the leader's going to start taking that outside line there after Moyers lost the lead on that last restart?
I think so, Joe. I was kind of surprised that they weren't doing it already. We've seen how important that outside line has seemed to be so far in this race. I'd want to give me every chance that I can to ensure that I'm going to be in that outside line once we single file out after these first couple laps. And it was working for Moyer. He was getting those good restarts, and he would clear himself down through 1 and 2, and it works out when you can do that. But like we saw there, and the chance that you don't get clear, what can happen?
Federico Damian going to look to get the lead here on the bottom in that 6 car. Jovan Anderson, Brian Hunt up there on row number 2. Great flag. We're back underway as 83 Ryan Lusk. Bad restart there. And going to be already getting taken 3 wide.
Thankfully, they figured that out before going down.
Oh, Jovan's going around right in front of the field. Ken Squires in the back of the 09. Big wreck here off of turn number 2. It's the big one.
Oh, it's a parking lot in turn 2. We got cars upside down, flipping sideways.
Well, Bristol's got his work cut out for him here. What sets this one off? Well, you saw it live. It's going to be the contact between the 09 and the 93. Jovan going to go for a little bit of a spin. There's another car around in front of him. It's the 6. Oh, my goodness. John Whitehill involved. Lovell involved. The 50.
Joe, I think this is one of those wrecks where it'd be easier to tell people who wasn't involved than who was.
You want to tell people who wasn't involved?
You start with Matt Watkins in the 15. He barely scraped it through. Josh Moyers, he was involved, got a couple contact, but he made it through all right.
Helicopter cams are always good to show you everything. Watkins got involved in it. He hit the 09. Sean Whitehill almost made it through. There's Tyler Mallon, Sean Romero. Ricky Collette was up and over at one point in the 2. On board with the 12.
Someone who did make it through clean there that might not have if he hadn't have went on the strategy that he did. Randall Coleman in the 9, he pit a lap later than everybody else, started in the back and was able to slow it down and slowly creep his way through the carnage that was that wreck out of turn 2.
ATN visor cam here with Ricky Collette. When you see big wrecks like that, Weaver, a lot of times at the end of them, you just see guys start hitting people. Any thoughts? Speculation?
Probably can't say on air what I want to say, so so some things happen. We'll leave it at that.
Oh my god, look at the 50 and the 09. They were doing some things that we showed on air. I don't know if we can, but we did. I think we gotta just start posting wreck clips onto our TikTok. I think that might be the move.
Well, if there's one thing that people like, it's wrecks. Something to be studied about the human, that they would like to see these big, heavy cars just destroy each other, but they do, and I mean, I'm guilty of it as well, so I think that might do well for you there, Joe.
Well, we got some content. We got some content indeed. So working our 6th caution of the night after the big one on the back straightaway. Toby Roberson is your leader.
No, Joe, speaking of things we can't say on air, you're going to let Ricky do his own show at some point this summer. I think looking into maybe an R-rated broadcast for somebody.
We're planning on, and you didn't hear this from me, folks. We're planning on doing a Friday night USORL truck race as an R-rated broadcast over on JTN2. You didn't hear it from me.
No holds barred.
No holds barred. Might bring you, probably bring you in for that one. Let Ricky, get up and acquainted with the streaming side of things. Get Matthew in there, because I know he's, I want to see what the kid can do.
We'll put Dewey down on pit road.
Yeah, it'll be a fun show. We'll go all out for it. We would never do it for a normal broadcast, but we'll go all out for that one. So be on the lookout. That will be a Friday night this in July. So, be on the lookout for that. Should be a fun time.
A lot of new things coming here at JTN and JTN2.
Getting word from that 2 JTN car. Engine damage, but still has most top-end speed, so Ricky gonna soldier on because he is a soldier. Toby Roberson leading us back to Great and Keith Hughes, Ryan Lusk, James Moore, and Joshua Moyer's your top 5. Into the restart zone we will go. Green flag, we're back underway. 83, checking up the bottom line. We're okay, though.
Checking up the inside line, he's got that 100.
No, we got cars on the apron.
We got cars in the wall.
83 going around. Together. Oh, into the 71, into the 9 of Randall Coleman. Somehow that wasn't bigger. Caution number 7. Here on lap, Weaver, what lap is it?
I believe we are
40.
just going to lap 40.
Oh, man. Ryan Lusk's going to go for a spin up here. James Moore, Toby Robertson also got into the wall up in front. Don't know if that attributed to it that much. John Romero also involved. Nick Gunther coming through. Brian Hunt going for a spin.
I'll tell you what, Joe. Me and you, we've known Randall Coleman for quite a long time here. Even if we ain't feeling it in the booth, I tell you what, I'm glad I'm not up there with Randall right now because I know he is not too happy about that one.
Look at this onboard with Nick Gunther here in the 56. Look at how many cars he's going to be able to get by. Everyone checking up for the incident. Does a good job driving by him. Gives back the spot, some of the spots too. So good driver there. Working our 7th caution of the night, lap 40. We still have not reached halfway, Weaver.
We're getting there. We're inching closer and closer with every lap. You know what it is, Joe? I had some hope that I'd be able to catch the end of the hockey game tonight, and they said no. I shouldn't have had hope.
Could always see the victory celebration if it does happen.
I'm almost rooting for a Game 7 just so I can watch the whole thing. Almost.
Sounds like...
Hey, if you're watching this race at home, there's plenty to be watching. If you want to, turn on the TV, watch something during these yellows. You got
that option.
I ain't got cable. Ain't nobody got
No. At home, they got that option.
Oh, yeah.
We're professionals, though. We would never be distracted.
I don't even have a TV in the same room as the booth for me.
That's a lie. Don't lie to them like that.
I'd never tell a lie. But, there's plenty to watch. You got that. Got NASCAR should be coming back here soon. I believe they said they were looking at 9:50, 10 o'clock. So
that's when, they're going to resume coverage on USA Network. Remember, folks, if you're going to complain about TV networks, USA is in more households than NBCSN. Was. No household has NBCSN now, I guess, but it's not. Let's see. We would love to see that Baskin-Robbins truck out there on track, Hen. Coming back green, Keith Hughes is going to lead us back. Toby Robertson, James Moore, Matt Watkins, and Billy Ryan, your top 5. I think AEW has their Forbidden Door pay-per-view tonight. If you're a wrestling fan. I'm excited to go to that show Wednesday. It's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, I hope you have a good time, Joe.
I hope I have a good time, too, because I'm Alright, Keith Hughes, Happy Lemon. Hopefully going to be happy here with a long green flag run. That's what we're hoping for up here in the booth. That would make us happy. Bristol is very tuckered out. He needs a long green flag run to give his paws a rest.
Yeah, Joe, I remember...
What? Remember what?
Sorry, I was getting a little radio transmission from Ricky there.
Okay.
But, I remember when we used to race here, we used to have these couple cautions early, get to halfway, and then it went green from here on out. So
sounds like a dream.
We're going to do here tonight.
Back underway, Hughes and Robertson drag race to the line. 64 gets there first. Going to have the nose out in front, heading down to the corner. See if Robertson able to clear the 82. Hughes is going to take a really wide line there through the corner. That allows Robertson to clear for the lead. 64, though, going to get close to that outside wall. We're 3 wide, 4 wide for a second. James Moore drifting back through the pack. 81 of Malin getting loose. Sorry, there is so much going on. Further on back, 25 is around, and we're under caution.
And good job by a couple drivers there checking up for James Moore. He was really off the pace going through the middle of the pack there.
Ken Squire's involved in this one. Just gonna get loose. And these are the nights where I wish we had that radio transmission to Ricky.
Hearing the call from race director Randall Coleman is single file restarts starting with this caution.
That is, let's get a look at what happened here with the 03 going down into the corner. That is like your father or your mother putting you in timeout. When you hear that,
Joe,
when you hear race director say that.
And you know, the big part of that is it's not, you're partially making the call to, you know, hopefully single file spread these guys out on the restart. That'll be clean, but it's also, you know, a reality check like, hey, get it together, guys. Look what we're having to do.
See Magoo tuning in. I don't know if you have any of those stories. We'd love to hear them because we're working our 8th caution of the night.
I'm all for a good story.
I'm all in for a good story. But thanks for tuning in. Again, we talked about it. Bomb Squad Racing action, again, every Thursday now through November. Right here on JTN, so make sure you're subscribed. You're checking that out at 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday nights. Lusty, that ain't... Osty, I'm about to put you in the booth. I see you out there with your little Fast Official polo on. You see Osty over there typing in on his keyboard, Weaver, just outside the booth?
Yeah, is that all that clickety-clacky I'm hearing next to us? We get a couple more cars, and I had to bring him in here. Maybe he could be the one to tell us some stories. Tell you what, that man Osty, he's got some stories.
I'm just hoping for the halfway jinx to lift us, or it'll probably more likely be the single file restarts, but... Do we need Maverick Night in America t-shirts?
I don't think it would hurt. I think there's a good group of people that would probably purchase those.
Restarts have been very tough, Magoo. Part of it, though, we have a lot of guys thinking that they have to make up every spot on the restart. I think why this is tonight's been a little different because we've seen guys put themselves in bad situations rather than bad situations happen to guys. Does that make sense, Weaver? Do you get what I'm saying?
Absolutely, Joe. Definitely seeing some unnecessary urgency.
Yes. I think that's why we're gonna get the single file restarts here. We ran our first 7 with no delay, and then after that we've I think doesn't look like we've gotten a green flag run in since then of more than a lap or 2.
You see the lights on the pace car are out. Drivers are single file for this restart.
So our Atlanta winner, Toby Roberson, going to lead us back to green. Keith Hughes, Matt Watkins, your top 3. For the restart coming on lap 50 of 105.
Almost there, Joe. Almost halfway.
Just short of halfway. All right, Roberson with control. Pace car is in. And we're back underway. Field mostly single file down into turns 1 and 2. See Matt Watkins making a move there to the inside of Keith Hughes. Roberson drifting up the track, almost 3 wide for a second. Joshua Moyers and Alex Moe battling for the 4th position down the back straightaway, though. Battle still on for second. Hughes able to stay to the outside of the 15.
Right there for second place. Moyer also getting his way up in there, sticking his nose in. He's going to take over second here. Tough corner there for the 64. Toby Roberson got real high through 3 and 4.
Alex Moe able to clear. He moves up into 3rd. Further on back, 11, Billy Ryan getting passed by birthday boy Cody Luke in the 8 Budweiser car. Going to look to the inside now, Keith Hughes for position.
Cody Luke looking to make some moves here. Like you said, made one pass. He's looking for another.
Lovell now to the outside of the 8, so 088 and 8 battling 82 to the inside of the 64. Battle's also on for second. Alex Moe to the inside of Joshua Moyers for position.
That 048 of Alex Moe's really come to life as he makes a move. Tries to slide up in front of Moyer there. Doesn't quite clear him. They're going to be side by side down the back straight for second.
Moe drops back in line. Lovell now looking to the outside of Keith Hughes for the 5th position. Also going to try to get the outside of Toby Roberson. Roberson's car just looks so tight on corner exit right now.
Yeah, he's really washing up about mid-corner and riding that wall to the exit. We're seeing, as the yellow is out, these drivers, they really like to run the high side here, but you could definitely go too high, it seems.
9th caution of the night coming out here on lap 53. Like Ryan Lusk, James Moore involved in this one. 83 going to get loose on exit, overcorrects back to the right, into the 03. 25 also went around, collects the 50. Further on back. 25 missing the rear end of that race car. But you get the one look at it, and we go back live.
Back live, we got a lot of nice paint schemes out here running tonight. Drivers being so courteous just to pace around so we get a really good look at all these nice paint schemes tonight.
It's always nice of them to do that.
Very considerate. Because at the end of the day, they ain't doing it for themselves. They're doing it for you guys at home, the fans. That's what it's all about, baby.
Wish had for the farmers, we have for the fans.
Just can't say it too loud. Don't need Justin Malello coming after us.
Oh, that's right. Well, I'd say the initials, you know? All I'm saying is, if a former NR 2003 league ever wanted to dip their toes back into it, I know a broadcaster. Or 2.
Maybe even 3 or 4.
You never know. So Matt Watkins is your leader. Again, won last week at North Wilkesboro, did Watkins. Won his first race here on JTN at the start of the month. First race win of the season at Gateway. So now has 2 in the month of June.
Matt Watkins, one of those drivers, he always shows up with speed, but sometimes it just seems like the luck ain't there. He can't get that final position or two. It's good to see him end up in the win column.
For sure. Folks, who would like to remind you can head on over to CircleBDiecast.com and use code JTN at checkout for free shipping on your order of $30 or more. Circle Diecast is your home for all your racing-related memorabilia needs. Again, you can use code JTN at checkout for free shipping on your order of $30 or more. Maybe you're going to pick yourself up some Nashville Race Win Diecast after this weekend's races. I know you can, I know Ryan Preece's Nashville win from last year. I think Kyle Larson's Nashville win. And then Kyle Busch's, they got the 5-car 164 sets in. But I believe those sold out for Kyle Busch. But he had his Xfinity Nashville win car made in 164 form. You can get those and really any race win diecast or any diecast really that's produced by Lionel. Again, at CircleBDiecast.com. And you can use our code at checkout for free shipping on your order, again, of $30 or more. So you get a 124. Bada bing, bada boom, you got free shipping.
Even if you ain't looking for a diecast, they got some good general NASCAR merchandise and hats, jackets and paintings and prints.
I got a couple of those Sam Bass prints, man. They look good.
I've definitely been looking into getting some. Might have to pull the trigger on that purchase this Black Friday.
I was going to say, always wait for that Black Friday sale for those, though, because they always go up. Like, for, like, all the normal... I forget what size the normal posters are. It's, like, 36 by 18, maybe. But those always go up. They're normally 20. I think they go up for 10 on Black Friday. Don't know how the prices are going to change or whatnot here this year, but... always a good thing if you're looking for just a little bit... That little touch for maybe the man cave or dorm room or what have you. I got them all year round, but who doesn't like to save some money?
Pace car coming in, giving the control of the field to Matt Watkins, as we're going to be going green this time on lap 58.
Watkins leads him down into one. Field still single file throughout. Everyone taking that super duper high line is good passer to the inside of the 56 of Gunther. Iona Shoe and Whitehill side by side for position as well.
Good passer, one of those drivers that we saw made that big save there. He had a slow car coming up the middle. Roberson still seems to be struggling there in fourth position. Doesn't look like he's making it too easy for anybody to get by him, though. Just enough off the pace to be a thorn, but not far enough to where you can make the easy pass. We see Lavelle making a look to the inside now.
Yeah, Lovell there in that 088. Obviously, we know he's got a lot of experience looking for fourth takes it down into corner number 1, so move Lovell up solidly inside the top 5 now. He'll set sail to try to catch those podium drivers as Cody Luke now to the inside of the 64 for 5th. Smetana going to give the 64 a push now.
See, it really seems like the difference you're getting on this high side is that run off the corner. Seeing a big difference in speed on corner exit compared to the bottom line.
Good passer taking him 3 wide there for position for a second. That 33 has not been afraid to make moves. Lee Ryan there in the 11 to the inside of the 42. Going to probably try to get to the inside of the 64. Smetana's car, it's strong enough on exit to get the good run down the straightaway, but you saw what Cody Luke did there. He just made sure he was ahead of him mid-corner and was able to slide up in front.
Yeah, as we see now, Smetana going to make that move down low. I think that's the move that he had to make.
Now Sean
Whitehill
will be the car stuck behind the 64. You see it there. Iona shoot to the inside of Roberson now. It's a good nexus point on track right now.
Yeah, 64 really having trouble through center and exit. Just looks like it's really bad, tight,
Well,
washing up the track on exit.
It's a product of the older tires, too, on that 64 compared to a lot of these other cars.
Absolutely, Joe. He's going to be struggling for a little while here, and everything's starting to spread out a little bit now. I'm going to knock on wood. I'm going to say it might be seeing a longer run here, but
You had to say it.
this table must not be real wood.
50 of Oscar Ramos blowed up. See if it was an engine going bye-bye or...
And you know what? It had to be that too, Joe.
Yep, it was.
Had to be.
Here's the replay. He's holding the clutch in too. He was trying. NASCAR Cup Series race has gotten back underway, so we hope you're keeping us on your second viewing screen if you gotta go watch that. Pit stops for our leaders. Moyer's staying out.
Very few drivers electing to stay out here. Seeing the majority come down and pit.
Jack Rogers giving some good insight in chat. Starting to think Nashville is one of those tracks you just don't go to. 2 times I've ran an online race here. There's been a wreck fest, and we had talented drivers in those races, too. I like Nashville, though.
That is good food for thought, but I mean, I do like coming here. It seems like a track that was almost lost on everybody for a little while there. NASCAR coming back seems to have revitalized its presence in the sport. I think it's a unique track, and I think it warrants a visit every now and then.
So Joshua Moyer's back in front of the field in that 68 AMD Radeon Chevrolet. Got Cody Luke, birthday man, there in second. Jacob Smetana, Nick Gunther, and Keith Hughes, your top 5.
I have to keep an eye on these drivers that stayed out here. We saw what trouble Roberson was going through with some older tires there. Maybe one of those situations where the tires may not be showing that they're worn that much, but they will be driving a lot rougher than some new rubbers.
Hey, you gotta save those tires though, right? Most of these drivers probably either have 2, these leaders probably still have 2 sets, everyone else maybe 1. Hard to keep track of how many sets they have down there on the pit lane. If we were better broadcasters, we would, or could, I guess. But nonetheless, you have to think most of these teams in having 2 or 1 set left for the last run of this race, and you have to pit one more time from here for sure. So maybe saving that set. Maybe it's enough if you get a 10-15 lap run, come down, take tires, and see what happens from there.
I think, we're in our booth. We're in the booth. We're doing our job. I think that might be Bristol's job down there to keep track of the sets.
There is no way you are saying the dog needs to do anymore.
I'm just saying.
There's no way.
We're
There's
preoccupied.
no. He's producing. He working them cameras.
Exactly. He's
making sure we
already all
sound
over the
good.
place. He can see what's going on down on pit road.
How is he supposed to write? He doesn't have thumbs.
That's perfect. They only have 4 sets of tires. You can count it on one paw.
Weaver, you make me crazy, man.
That just means I'm doing my job.
Coming back green, Joshua Moyers with control. Working our, 10th caution of the night, coming to its end. Toyota Camry pace car is in. Moyers with control. Green flag, we're back underway.
'81 of Tyler Mallon going low there on the restart in turns 1 and 2. Going to pick up a spot here. I believe he's going to be our cutoff of drivers with new tires.
Mallon doing a good job there. That 81 to the inside of Keith Hughes now for position.
You know, that's another product of these tire limits. You put on these new ones, you know you don't have many of them, so you better get all you can out of what you have. He's really putting in work down there on the low line.
And I believe we are back under caution. Lap 69. What is this one for? 25 around. Squires.
One of those deals like we were talking earlier, driver with the vehicle, just a lot of damage on that rear end, easy to go around.
And 25 has taken it behind the wall.
Top 3 drivers going to be coming down pit road. They all stayed out last time. Going to come down for their service now. I believe if you pit now, I had word from Ricky Collette. He said he was good on fuel last time by.
Yep. I made a mistake. I made it silly.
So I assume these drivers heard that. They're going to come down, take their last scheduled stop. Be good to go for the rest of the race. Going to have a lot of traffic to go through, though, Joe.
Yeah, you got a couple of fresh tires.
Couple of fresh tires, but that is a lot of traffic.
Hey, you don't know. Maybe everyone comes down later in this thing.
My biggest thing, the reason I'm saying that, Joe, is we saw Randall Coleman. He went on an opposite strategy, pit a lap later than everybody earlier in this race, and he's only been able to get back up to the 16th position. We know how often we've seen the yellow flag here. You might have the fresh tires to do it. You might have the speed to get through that field, but will time be your friend? Will you have enough green flag laps to make it through the field and get back to the front?
That is a stellar question to ask. Tyler Mallon, your new leader. Nick Gunther in second. Matt Watkins, Alex Moe, and Greg Lovell, your top 5. Mallon and Co. Coming over from the Mellon car race earlier on tonight. Is that a play on words, Weaver?
Just not figuring that one out?
No, I'm not, but just trying to have fun.
Definitely a big play on words there. Tyler Mallon, affectionately referred to as the Melon Man. You could follow him on Twitter. Melon Person, I believe, is his Twitter handle.
Yes, Melon Person 18. We should have a little graphics with everyone's Twitter handles. No? Okay.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea, Joe.
Everyone just make their usernames on their Twitter.
Mm-hmm. The social media race.
That would go so horrifically horrible.
Well, depending who you ask.
Fair enough. Pace car lights are out. We're going back green. Coming to lap 74. Tyler Mallon, Matt Watkins, Alex Moe, Greg Lovell, and Cosmin Ionescu, your top 5. Toyota Camry pace car is in. Down the pit lane it goes, giving way to the Toyota Camry TRD Pro of Mallon. Green flag, we're back underway. Big bump there from the 15. Watkins looking to the inside of our leader, drifts up the track. That's going to allow the 48 to get to the outside. Matt Watkins going to drift back into the 3rd spot. Mallon setting sail as Lovell now going to look for that 3rd position to the outside of Watkins. Side by side, the battle goes, coming through turn 4.
Matt Watkins made that look to the inside on the restart, but he opened the door for the outside line to get by him. Looks like he's going to be falling back to 4th here.
Still fighting there on the bottom is the 15. Going to be able to clear the 088. Matt Watkins gets back his 3rd position. James Moore falling back here in the 03. Next car trying to make a pass will be the 74, Dunlop Pratt.
Good job by the driver of the 15 there to stay in that fight, to hold on to that 3rd position as we see Alex Moe making a move to the lead up at the front.
Moe still to the inside as Mallon keeps his car there. Alex Moe, though, to the lead here, lap 75 of 105.
They're racing it like a dirt track, Joe. You get that run side by side and you really throw that slide job, move up in there. Alex Moe did a great job making that move and being able to keep the momentum there. Matt Watkins able to squeeze to the outside of Tyler Mallon here. Be side by side for 2nd place.
That's where you want to be right now. It's that outside line. You get all that momentum as the tires go away. You can make the inside work, it seems, for about 5 laps. After that, good goes away on the tires. The good years, they're no longer your friend, as now Lovell looks to the outside of the 81 of Mallon.
Yeah, Joe, I think the tires go away. I really think that inside line is really not something you can run for more than a lap at a time, maybe even a corner at a time. Really only able to use it for a pass when you know you have that run.
Let's take a step away from that battle up front because, my goodness, this is a grouping of cars further on back. James Moore 3 wide with Ricky Collette, Keith Hughes, Toby Roberson also here. This is where we've seen a lot of the action throughout the night. Nick Gunther also, Joshua Moyers in this. There's Smetana in the 42 looking to the inside of Collette for position. It is a dogfight back here at the back of the field right now as Cody Luke looking to the inside, 3 wide there down the front.
It is, Joe, and I think a big thing that's produced this is all these drivers, they're on differing strategies. We've seen some have just pit, some have been out for a little while. A lot of drivers trying to make their way back up towards the front, get by these people that they haven't really raced around too much yet tonight.
We put the cameras back on them and they started figuring it out, getting at least double file.
Yeah, sometimes that's what it takes.
Nick Gunther way up the track. Seth Cole, big wiggle there. Front of teammate Jessica Shelton.
And we're talking about, will these drivers that just pit have a chance to make it back to the front? We know they have speed. You see that 68 of Josh Moyers. He's passing cars. He's making his way up through the field, but you can see just how far and out of touch he is from the leader now, a whole straightaway ahead.
There's Moyers in the 68, working to the inside of Ricky Collette.
Oh, we got a wreck coming out of 4. 91's around. Nick Gunther around. Yellow is out.
Caution number 12 on the night. Nick Gunther, Brian Hunt. I liked what we were seeing there before this caution came out. Here's the replay. Gunther, really quick move. 91 thinks he's clear.
Just not quite clear there. Good job by everybody else getting through that. Only a 2-car incident.
So, Alex Moe, still your leader. See if anyone decides to come down pit lane, take that last set of tires. Folks, if you would be so kind, please, oh please, hit that like button on the video. It helps support us here on JTN. It shows that you like what we're doing. We always like talking with you guys in chat, too. Don't be scared of the bots that come in here, because we want them to go away, too. But again, I cannot thank you enough, as always, for all of your support of us here on JTN. Interesting note, I guess the commitment cone is the actual cone and not the orange marker there on the end of pit lane. Did you notice that too?
I hadn't noticed all race. I've seen some people fake pitting, but they went on the outside of it. This is the first time we've seen them go to the inside. Will be interesting to see if there is any ruling on that.
I see Randall did it, so I would think it's okay.
Well, yeah, if Randall did it, I'd have to assume, like you said, that must have been stated in the pre-race that the cone, the actual cone, the physical cone, is the marker that they're going off of.
Doing our job, stirring the pot, you know?
Somebody's got to. Can't let it stick to the bottom. Still got quite a few laps here. We've seen a lot of people come down to pit road here, assuming they might have maybe one more set, or maybe that was their last. If that was their last set of tires, I'd say that was more of an interesting call. I think I might wait a little later to come in and take my last set.
I don't know if we know that tires are all that worth all that much, especially with how many cars ended up staying back out. Alex Moe gonna line up what? 9th here for the restart. We're getting single file restarts too. That's something that you have to take into account.
Well, Joe, in my opinion, I think single file restarts kind of help in that situation. Of course, you're further back, but it kind of opens you up. It's easier to make the moves. The track isn't as congested in front of you.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
But my questioning comes in. There's still quite a lot of racing left, and we know there's been quite a few cautions tonight. So if there is another yellow, say with closer to 10 to go, maybe that's when you come down and you take that last set and make the moves then, or we'll see how it works out for these guys here.
Weaver, I'm here for the vibes, you know? Someone's gonna get a guitar at the end of the night, a virtual guitar. You know, you just vibe out.
Absolutely, Joe. That's all life's about, is those good vibes. Spreading the good vibes, sharing them. enjoying them. Hopefully that's what we're putting out there into the world with this, with what we do here at JTN. At least for me, that's my goal. You know, I want to make people happy. I want to make them smile.
I hope we're making you smile here on a Sunday night. Alright, getting ready to go back green here, working through turn 3. Matt Watkins, Greg Lovell, Billy Ryan, your top 3. Randall Coleman, Jeffrey Goodpaster, Cody Luke, Thomas Philbrick, all on old tires. Coming to restart, again, lap 86 as we go back green, so Weaver, there's only 20 laps to go.
20 laps to go. Matt Watkins going to lead us at this 20 lap to go point, taking the green flag here. You got Greg Lavelle behind him. Single file down through turns 1 and 2.
Goodpaster checking up Alex Moe, Thomas Philbrick, Cody Luke. Philbrick into the outside wall. Here comes Moe to the inside. Toby Roberson looks like a brand new race car there for the 64. Now on even footing with the tires. New tires working their way to the front of the field.
Pushing it hard there through turns 1 and 2. Look at the positions that Alex Moe has already gained up to 4th position.
Looking for 3rd.
We're wrecking at the back of the field and still green though.
The 6 around. 91 also. And the 66. Let's go get you a replay as there's another wreck. 42, Smetana around. This one's got to... Yeah, there's the caution. Caution 13, unlucky, some would say. Here on lap 87. Let's first get you the first incident down the front straightaway. Seth Cole going to get loose into the outside wall, then into the 91 and the 6.
Tate Dorsey really two-wheeling it there. Able to get it back down on all fours before going over.
That's Tate Dorsey. Where's the 9 on that car? I've been calling him by a different name all night, Weaver. Misidentifying cars.
It's not good, Joe. It's not good.
I would say that one's not my fault. Here you see Smetana in the 42. Big checkup here into the back of the 09. 82, Keith Hughes comes in like a wrecking ball. Nothing he could do coming off the corner like that, but nonetheless.
Yeah. Tough break there, a little accordion going on in the top line, like you said. Smetana's slow, spinning down the track, and nowhere for Keith Hughes to go.
It's like a couple cars coming down, taking tires, most of which involved in that incident, except Goodpaster. Well, now Alex Moe going to be lining up here in second for the restart. Sure, that feels pretty good.
Yeah, big gains on that restart for Alex Moe. Restarted 9th all the way to 2nd in 2 green flag laps. Or was that only 1?
I believe it was like 1.5.
About 1.5 green flag laps. See, Randall Coleman has made his way back up into the top 5 now. Toby Roberson also there. Had a strong car, but probably wasn't on the freshest tires like we had seen the leaders around him earlier in this race. Interesting to see what that 64 can do now that he has as good or better tires than some of the drivers in front of him.
Always good to see him get on even footing, right? See what the difference is.
It definitely makes it interesting because we really did see just how much that 64 was struggling, holding up a lot of drivers at the front earlier and making his way back through the field and now up into the top 5. See what he could do towards the end of this race.
Again, folks, if this is your first time tuning in to JTN tonight, would like to remind you to hit that subscribe button and click like on the video. It does so much to help support us, supports all these drivers, gives them a bigger platform to race on, and we always appreciate it, too, here at the JoeTow Network. Would like to remind you, too, that our next race is going to be tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Velocity Racing League from Road America. Coverage kicking off 8 p.m. Eastern Time, sharp for that one, with Weaver and myself on the call. Then Dewey's going to join us for Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series action at Road America on Thursday night, 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time, and then July 7th. Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series action from Atlanta, 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, those races live right here only on JTN. Gotta love those upcoming races, you know?
Absolutely, Joe. Can't wait to watch some of those races. Get to hear this. Oh, almost pulled to you and dropped something. Get to hear the second race for Dewey on the call. Gonna be fun to watch that one.
We got so much stuff on this old little stand we got here up in the booth, you know?
They don't give us big enough tables, Joe. I've been telling you that we come to these booths and they give us these little rinky-dink tables.
I got 3 monitors here. I got a laptop going too for stats, and just all over the place.
Yeah, we got it all. You gotta have something to drink. You gotta stay hydrated during these races.
Gotta keep your stress ball going.
Yeah, I got a nice pin that I like for
clicking.
Yeah.
Matt Watkins hoping to click off these laps pretty quickly here, having to fend off Alex Moe. Green flag, we're back underway.
Green flag in the air, 14 laps to go this time by. Alex Moe diving it down to the inside. He's really seemed to have found some grip down there. Oh, as we got one around back off turn 2.
And it's the big one, part 2. On lap 92, how fitting. 14th caution of the night here, lap 92, it's a big wreck.
Looked like the 23 of Thomas Filbert got up into the marbles there on the high side, got loose on him, and from there it went.
Nick Gunther, Joshua Moyers involved. Moyers, of course, wanted a better night than that. Ricky Collette, Ediver, the 09. Seth Cole also spinning. Jessica Shelton, Brian Hunt. I mean, you say a name, I can probably say they're involved in this wreck. There's a lot of them. Product of the racing here tonight. Being so close on these restarts. Everyone going for everything. Never good when the pack's coming up on crash cars 4 wide either. Right?
No, not at all, especially when you get a wreck like that that's just clogging the whole track. There's nowhere to go. You're going to be hitting the brakes. Sometimes the driver behind you might not get that memo that you're hitting the brakes that early, and you get turned that way. A lot of things can go wrong in that situation.
Kate Dorsey with the 6 on the door, involved in this one too. Who you want to go on board with, Weaver? I think we gotta go to our visor cam. Gotta get some more use out of it with Ricky.
Yeah, I think so, Joe. Ricky's a good shout there.
See the visor cam, Ricky Collette. Someone came screaming in there at the end. See Ricky drive away, though? Alright, well, what do you suppose we do now?
I think we re-rack them, Joe, and let them go for these final... Gonna be about 8-9 laps to go. This time by, as our credit or not Credit One, obviously.
It'll be our TWB.
Yeah,
10 to go.
we can't afford the big bucks yet. TWB 10 to go.
No, the big bucks can't afford us.
Yeah, we can't be bought.
Can't be bought.
That's a lie. I most definitely can be bought. Hit my DMs.
Where can they hit your DMs at?
I think the best way is probably just get in contact with you and, you know,
I'll be your agent.
yeah, you know, I'll cut you off a little bit.
I better be getting a slice of that pie.
Aw, you know I like sharing my pie, Joe.
Getting double up for the restart since we're under 10 to go. That was weird. That was really weird, Weaver.
It's been a long night, Joe.
That's the most uncomfortable I think I've ever been. I've been up here in some very uncomfortable situations. It, of course, though, is going to be our TWB 10 to go. Would like to remind you can head on over to GardenLightsDirect.com because from porches, patios to more, for all your outdoor lighting needs, GardenLightsDirect.com has you covered. Again, that's GardenLightsDirect.com here on your TWB 10 to go. Matt Watkins going to take the outside line. Alex Moe, Billy Ryan, Cosmin Ionishu, Joe Van Anderson, Randall Coleman, Toby Roberson, Cody Luke, Tyler Mellon, and Dun LaPrade. Your top 10 for the restart going to be coming at you with 9 laps remaining here from the Nashville Superspeedway. Are you ready for this one, Weaver?
I was born ready, Joe.
And on how many laps we go, it could be our last, so... Gotta make up those spots quick. Gotta make up those spots quick.
See, they have brought back the double file restart here inside 10 to go.
And into the Geico restart zone, Watkins leads us back down and away. Green flag, 9 laps remaining here from Nashville. Billy Ryan up the track into the Ionishu. Big crash here in turn number 2. Still flipping. We're racing back to the line. Maybe. Thought we would be. We're not. Caution number 15. Saw it live, see it again. 11. Just gonna get loose there, no steps out into the 1. 9 collected up in it, flipping. 2 also sent around by the 23. Have a chat with the Full Circle Race and Designs crew.
Tough breaks there, Joe. Tough breaks.
Alex Moe was able to get the lead. Ah, that's actually on Ricky. Never mind, Thomas. So we should be able to get one more restart in here tonight. Alex Moe, your leader. Matt Watkins, Joe Van Anderson, Toby Roberson, Tyler Mellon, the top 5. Sean Whitehill, Dun LaPrade, Cody Luke, James Moore, and Jacob Smetana.
Tough break on that accident. Randall Coleman has been working all race to get his way back up to the front of the field. That one's probably going to take any chance he had of a good finish away.
Been a tough night for those Chevrolets with Hendrick numbers on them.
Speaking of a good night, Colorado Avalanche, they're going to be your 2022 Stanley Cup champions. Pull it out in the Game 6. We got everything. Call a Sportster. You watch any of the other racing, Joe, this weekend? I noticed there was a big track and field event going on. I'm a big fan of the track and field.
You a big fan of the track and field?
Oh, absolutely. I love watching some of those incredible athletes just run their heart out, throw those big discus. Yeah, I wasn't going to say that because it didn't sound right. We already had one bad moment tonight, but
That's okay.
throwing the big balls, the discus, all that. I love it. It's fun.
I'm glad you like it.
I noticed it was on NBC. I believe it was the U.S. Championships, maybe?
Probably. That's this time of year, right?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Couple summers before the next games. Right, because 2024 should be the next Olympics.
That is correct.
So.
I believe they are in Paris, France.
Oh, that'll be nice.
I believe that's the next summer location.
Folks, if you couldn't tell, it's been a long night. We're talking about the 2024 Olympics here. Fast Renegade Cup Series action coming at you live from the Nashville Superspeedway. Alex Moe going to be leading us back green. Matt Watkins there in second. Joe Anderson, Toby Robertson, and Tyler Mellon, your top five. Working caution number 15 here. Came out on lap 97. Another incident coming off of turn number 2. Been a wild night. 2 big ones. Been a lot of crashing, so if that's what you like, you got here tonight. Us up here in the booth, though, we've had a fun time. Can't thank you enough. James Moore is going for a spin now through the grass. I think that sums it up. I think he disappeared now, too. So do I show it? I don't think I'm going to show it, but you saw it. I know, Magoo. We're competing with the Stanley Cup playoffs, and I'm pretty sure we did better than them tonight. So, sure, when the Nielsen numbers come out, we're gonna have more viewership. Right, Weaver?
Yeah, I think so, Joe. I think we're gonna have some interesting numbers to look at the end of this one.
Oh, I can't wait to see what that average watch time tonight is. Alex Moe leading us back to green. Matt Watkins, Joe Anderson, Toby Robertson, Tyler Mellon, Sean Whitehill, Dunn LaPrade, Cody Luke, Sean Romero, and Jacob Smetana, your top 10. So your camera pace car is in. Moe with control. Green flag, we're back underway.
Taking the green flag here. Next flag is going to end the race. Matt Watkins getting a good jump out here down through turn 1, going to have the lead.
And a big send there on the 48. 48 back through the middle there. 3 wide for the lead coming off of corner number 2. Joe Anderson there on the bottom, and that Amico Toyota.
Alex Moe going to squeak it out through the middle, clear them both. He now inherits the lead all by himself through turns 3 and 4. Still side by side for second place. Matt Watkins is going to get loose. He's going around off of 4.
Matt Watkins going around. Another big crash here off of turn number 4. It's going to do it. Alex Moe going to take home the checkered flag. Joe Anderson, Sean Whitehill, Jacob Smetana, and Sean Romero, your top 5. Or, yeah, top 5. So we got one more. So 16 cautions tonight. And, Matt Watkins, he was going for it there at the end, just car kind of gave up on him.
Yeah, probably pushing it just a little too hard there through 3 and 4. Got a little loose, maybe a little up there in the marbles a little bit. Looking here at our finishing order, Sean Whitehill, where did he come from? Snuck his way up there into 3rd. Jacob Smetana finishing 4th after a tough last couple laps there, involved in a late wreck, able to sneak through that last wreck and get a good finishing position. Sean Romero rounding out your top 5.
He kept they kind of kept just plowing into that wreck, Ricky. Ricky got through, man.
Well, when you come into that last, this flag is going to be the one that ended. All you got to do is make it past that wreck. You hit the gas, especially after the nightlight tonight.
It's never good when you see your car just driving through the grass, right? Like, Weaver, I don't, That's a race back to the line if I've ever seen one.
Absolutely, Joe. I think that
It sums it up, I think.
yeah, that was a perfect finish for this race, I would say.
Go on board with Sean Whitehill. 215 gonna bust loose here coming off the corner. And one more visor cam for the night. With the 2-car, Ricky Collette. Beautiful, Ricky, beautiful. So, white flag in the air. Alex Moe, your winner. Then it's going to be Joe Van Anderson and Sean Whitehill. Podium finishers will be joining us in the booth after this one. As always. Zach, it will be myself and Weaver once again tomorrow night.
Back at it again. If you didn't have enough of us tonight, come get some more tomorrow night. Tell you what, Joe, we're gonna have to catch some Z's on the plane ride up to Wisconsin.
I don't know about you, but I'm gonna have that TV on. Watch the end of the NASCAR Cup Series race here.
As long as you put some headphones on, I'm gonna need some Z's after this one. Coming out of turn 4 for the final time. Gonna come to that checkered flag and yellow flag. Alex Moe takes it.
A roughed up field that started with over 30 cars mercifully ends this race at the Nashville Superspeedway. Alex Moe, your winner, will get to burn it down in front of the crowd here. Get the wonderful guitar, virtual guitar in victory lane. Remember, folks, please, oh please, hit that like button on the video and subscribe. Again, it does so much to help support us here on JTN. We cannot thank you enough, as always. Alex Moe, your winner, will burn it down here for the fans at the Nashville Superspeedway. Well, one Hendrick numbered car got to victory tonight, so that was good. That was a thriller burnout, Weaver. We'll move on to our post-race coverage, get the results on your screens in mere moments. Also get a chance to talk again with our top 3 finishers here tonight. Alex Moe in the 048, Joe Van Anderson in the 93, and Sean Whitehill in the number 12. Of the 32 cars that started the race, 22 finished, 10 retired. A race time of 1 hour, 44 minutes, and 30 seconds. The marathon tonight, Weaver. It was a marathon.
Sorry, I've been quiet, Joe. The realization that Claude Giroux picked the Florida Panthers over the Colorado Avalanche just set in. Hurting a little more.
Priorities, Weaver, priorities.
It's a little sad.
All right, let's go ahead and start by bringing in our race winner, driver of the 048 Lowe's Chevrolet, Alex Moe. Alex, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. You guys enjoy the show?
I enjoyed you driving up and making it a show there at the end. Take us through the call to take the tires, and then I believe you were up to second in about a lap and a half.
Yeah, I actually whispered that to some of my buddies. I said I went from about eighth to second in a lap and a half there
Yeah.
towards the end. But tires do matter here just as
Mhm.
much as the line that you run at this version of Nashville. I still had 3 sets of tires to take on that last pit stop there when Matt Moyer's few of them didn't go. So I guess I just made the right call. Strategy paid out.
How much has managing those tires kind of been has it been a challenge this year? Like what has been the big thing with the tire management? Because that's definitely a unique aspect here of the Fast Renegade Cup Series.
Yeah, Randall runs a great league here at Fast. The tire sets, the number of tire sets that you get adds a whole nother level of strategy to it. It screwed me at Kansas. I felt like I had a winning car at Kansas, but I got dumped a couple times running mid-pack and had to waste 2 sets of tires, and I guess I didn't have the tires at the end here. I had tires to spare, and it worked out. But it does add a whole nother level of strategy.
Obviously, elephant in the room, of course, is the amount of caution laps run tonight. How do you change your outlook for the race? Do you come into the race with multiple plans if that does end up becoming one of the cases? What is strategy-wise? What changes do you have to make?
Strategy, I just wanted to keep track position here, especially after I saw all the early cautions. I was like, well, if it's going to be a wreck fest, track position is going to matter. So that was my main thing, was just hold track position and just run my line. I was running a slightly different line than a lot of other drivers, and but I did run here in the truck series on Wednesdays, so I have raced this track before. There were a couple guys that came in with no practice at all, so.
Well, Alex, a fantastic run here tonight. Congratulations on the victory at the Nashville Superspeedway. I see they're getting ready to present you that imaginary, invisible guitar.
I can see it.
So I don't want to hold you for too long. So before we let you go, floor is yours. Family, friends, sponsors, whoever you want to thank, floor is yours to do so, buddy.
I just want to thank my parents, everyone out here in Cali. We're dealing with 100-degree heat every day. Randall for running fast. He runs a great league. You guys for broadcasting. My grandparents, my buddies, Tyler, Joven, Greg Lovell, everyone who keeps this game alive. Thank you, guys.
Alex, thank you for taking the time to talk with us. And once again, congratulations on the win tonight.
Thanks, guys. Woo!
Woohoo! Alex Moe, driver of the 048. Your winner here from the Nashville Superspeedway. Let's go ahead and take into the booth our third place finisher. He's the driver of the number 12 Menards Ford. Mr. Sean Whitehill. Sean, you said you were going to talk with us before the race. Like you're going to talk with us after. Not very confident, but hey, buddy, you did it. Congratulations on the podium.
I don't know how. I surprised myself by qualifying third, and I surprised myself by finishing third. I did get a little help. Fortunately, I guess 15 got loose. And fortunately, I was on the inside, not the outside. No, when we ran on Wednesday, I changed the way I drove this track from Wednesday. I didn't really use the brakes very much, but here tonight I used the brakes pretty much every lap, every corner, and it just helped me keep the speed, help the car be stable, keep the line, and I'm glad I figured that out. This might be my first podium of the season. And of course, I would have definitely predicted it would come at Nashville Superspeedway. We'll definitely take it. I'm thrilled.
We saw early on in the race, obviously you qualified third, but drifted back on the initial start or one of those early restarts. How do you kind of keep your wits about you to not panic too much when that happens? Because obviously throughout the night we saw track position was the key and the king for the race here.
Well, I honestly thought when I qualified third, I just kind of pulled that lap out of my back bumper. So I wasn't too worried because it's like I'm just kind of go back to pretty much where I probably should be. But another part of that too was I wasn't really comfortable with the low line. At least at that point, like I wasn't really, I didn't have much practice. I didn't get too much practice up there, so I still had to kind of relearn the track as I went. And I just wasn't really 100% comfortable with the low line. So and plus it didn't help. I was getting freight train on the outside, so I had like no help behind me. And when I finally got to the outside, I was able to settle in and kind of pick up how to run the track over the course. Well, when we went green.
Well, Sean, obviously one last question. How did you get through that wreck at the end?
Stayed on the bottom. Didn't panic. I saw Matt get loose, and I just keep to the bottom, keep your foot in it, and floor it, and just try to keep it on the bottom as much as I could, and get back to the line. Fortunately, I didn't have to go too far because I think that wreck just happened. Wreck happened right before, so I just needed to cross the line. That was it.
Well, Sean, obviously, congratulations on the third place finish. Everyone at the team, very proud of you. Before we let you go, though, floor is yours. Family, friends, sponsors, you know what to do, buddy.
Yeah, I want to thank JTN for providing another great broadcast. I want to thank also being on the card, JTN2. I want to thank Bristol, fantastic producer and crew chief. You should get some Nutri-Chomps after this race. He did a lot of hard work. I want to thank Tire Discounters. I want to thank Menards. I want to thank Richmond Water Heaters for being on the hood once again this week. I want to thank Diet Coke and the entire Coca-cola family. I want to thank. I just want to thank everybody for watching. Everybody that's still watching the post race and everything. I want to thank you, the viewers, and I want to thank to everybody, the Team Towansky crew. To see, I got to pull up the results.
Ricky got 8th.
Ricky got 8th. Team Towansky, both cars finished top 10 at Nashville Superspeedway. I am thrilled. I know Ricky was thrilled over Whisper, over the team chat. So it was a very, very good night for the Team Towansky crew.
Sean, as always, it's a pleasure to have you up here in the booth. Congratulations once again on the third place finish, and good luck next week at Road America.
Yeah, we'll try our best. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Sean. Sean Whitehill, driver the number 12 Menards Ford. He paints some absolute bomb cars. Go check him out. Spider Tire Designs, or Spider Tray Designs on Twitter. Let's go ahead and finally bring in our second place finisher, driver the Amico 93. Best number on track is that number 93. No bias there. Jovan Anderson. Jovan, I know I talk to you pretty often, but not as often over here at FAST. Congratulations on the second place run.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. Yeah, this is a nice change of pace. Good to see you guys again. Had a poor qualifying effort, but, we just spent the race learning what we could and put ourselves in position at the end to get a good finish.
How challenging is it when you have, like you said, a poor qualifying run and you get the cautions and trying to manage your way up towards the front of the field? Because at times it kind of becomes, when do I take that Hail Mary pit play, right?
Yeah, it can be difficult. It's easier just to play it by ear and, hope that you put yourself in the right place at the right time to go out there and get a win.
And when you look back at tonight's race, obviously a lot of really close side-by-side racing. What do you think the big distinguishing mark for the 93 team was?
Just, holding my own. Yeah, we were just doing everything we could to hold our own. Draft was really powerful on the top. CTS Physics has a good tendency to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Both lanes were pretty even with each other, so we just tried our best to, put ourselves in the right spot, work the cars in the draft in the right way, and just keep moving forward.
Well, Jovan, as always, it's a pleasure to talk with you. I know you got other things to do. You got other places to be. You drove all the way. You flew all the way here from Daytona in record time, along with a couple of those other melon car people. Long night of racing for you, so I'm not going to hold you for too long. Before we let you go, floor is yours. You know what to do, buddy.
Yeah, I just want to thank you guys. Thank Randall for putting on the show. Really appreciate him for putting this on every week, giving us some of the race here on a Sunday evening. Shout out to Alex. Good win to him. Don't know if it would have had anything for him if we would have gone green there. Would have been nice to see. But that's okay. I want to give a shout out to the guys back at home, Bomb Squad Racing, Brian and Kathy Boyles and Boyles Trucking. Thank you guys for putting on the broadcast, and I will hopefully see you Thursday.
Gonna be a fun race Thursday. Bomb Squad at Road America. Joven, congratulations once again on the second place run here tonight. And as always, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us.
Thank you, Joe. You guys take care.
Joven Anderson, driver of the number 93 Amico Toyota, your third or second place finisher here tonight. See, it's been a long night. Great racing. When we were under green, obviously cautions kind of hampered this race, but nonetheless, a fun time here from the Nashville Superspeedway with the FAST Renegade Cup Series.
Yeah, Joe, every now and then you're just bound to have one of these races where the cautions play a little bit more of a hand in it than you would hope, but we still had some good racing outside of that, had a good finish there. Congrats to our winner, Alex Moe, and all the rest of the drivers that were able to finish this absolute race of nutrition. So...
That's a little Tommy Bordeaux reference right there, man.
Yeah, gotta throw it back to old Tommy every now and then.
But nonetheless, folks, we got a bunch of great racing coming up for you this week. Again, next time we're live, going to be tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Velocity Racing League from Road America. With all that being said, though, cannot thank you enough for tuning in to JTN tonight. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. It does so much to help support us right here on the JoeTowNetwork. Magoo, thank you for tuning in. Nick Gunther also tuning in here at the end. Vartulo tuning in. Can't thank everyone for tuning in and chatting with us. Zach Rogers was also in there. I know a few others, but as always, cannot thank you enough for tuning in. But for all of us here at JTN, for Bristol, our producer, for Joseph Weaver, I've been Joe Twansky. Thank you so much, and we'll see you guys next time live right here on JTN. So long for now, folks. Yeah, and they're going to be 3 wide coming to the checker. Never mind, they're going to be... Oh! Turn 4 into the trials with Whitehill and through the grass. It's going to be Noah Joyce winning his first career race in the Red Bull Cup Series.
Off the line and a wreckage behind him. U.S. cars flying everywhere. Cars upside down. It doesn't matter. Noah Joyce has done it. He's won at Daytona in the 3 car.
Behind, they're going to be side by side again. Contact there between Sinner and Bordeaux for
the contact! Oakley into the wall. That's going to be Jack Healy coming to the line.
Jack Healy with